Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Swami Jyotirmayananda Society, a journey to self realization. Please subscribe for the mystical meanings and to enjoy daily satsang. We are currently exploring the book Guru Bhakti Yoga, authored by Swami Shivanandaji Maharaj of Divine Life Society, Rishikesh, India, and narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda of Swami Jyotirmayananda Society. So, in today's satsang, we are picking a very interesting topic, which is sexuality and how so many people have different views. So, today we will see what Swami Shivananda is talking about for the aspirants, for the sincere aspirants. The direction is total avoidance of sex. An aspirant should not associate with the opposite sex or those who are fond of the opposite sex because the mind becomes agitated. When the mind becomes agitated, the disciple, the aspirant, cannot serve his preceptor or guru with faith and devotion. You have to keep in mind when these things were written a long time ago, the ashrams were being established, and most of these young disciples were in their early teens or 20s, where the sexual urges very strong. So that, and these are all the people who eventually wanted to take sannyas and attain liberation. So take it with moderation, because most of us are not that deep into sannyasa, or we are not all becoming monks. So therefore, in this case, moderation has to be practiced. Sincerity, faithfulness, non adultery, all these things become very important. In today's world, sadhana is of no avail if the disciple does not obey his guru or acharya. So, for those disciples who want to attain God in this very life, they have to get away from sense pleasures, and that becomes their sadhana or their spiritual practice. The wise aspirant should avoid all sorts of bad company and should associate with the guru and the saint. So, what is prescribed is company with the holy sages. That works like a detergent on your dirty clothes. It washes away all the dust collected on our soul and is highly beneficial. Their company would make him unattached and purge his mind of all desires, and that's indeed what happens. The agitated waters of the mind calm down when we come in association with sages and saints. So, at, sometimes these things become addictions. Like there is drug addiction, there is sexual addiction also. So, we must be very introspective about it and see, are we improving or declining. Thus, if you are an aspirant, you should be very sincere on this path and try your best to keep your mind busy in sattva. Sattva means purity. Just as cold, fear, and darkness leave a man who resorts to the fire, so also ignorance, fear of death, and all evils run away from a man who lives with his guru. And in today's modern world, living with the guru does not mean physically living with him. It means living with his teachings, living with his guidance, listening to his words, listening to his satsangs, his advice, and following it and implementing it in your own life. The wise guru is the supreme resort for those who are tossed about in the ocean of samsara. So, this is why they say the glory of guru can never be explained in words, because it takes people who would have been tumbled in the cycles of life and death, and the guru comes and lifts you up and shows you the path of liberation. The sun bestows only one external eye, but the guru bestows many eyes in many ways of attaining knowledge. So the guru is the constant guide, the go-to resource who can take out the complexity of the scriptures and make it very simple and easy for you to digest and understand. Moving on to Guru, the incarnate divinity. Guru is the veritable God on earth and he is the true friend and reliable relative. So always don't ever say I am alone or I am living alone. No, you always have God living with you. Consider him as the senior most member of your house. Treat him with love and respect. First, offer food to him before you eat, and you will see your life become more and more joyful. So, if you are blessed enough to have such a guru, then rejoice. Disciple should prostrate before the Guru, saying to him, O Lord, have mercy on me who has taken shelter in thee. Protect me from the ocean of birth and death. And this is very important, but it has to be done to authentic gurus, gurus who have themselves reached the other side of the shore and now are helping sincere aspirants to get there. So you will know if the guru is authentic or true. If you are sincere and true, the divine nature matches you up. There cannot be a mistake in this divine law. But you have to be sincere. So be a good, sincere disciple, and a good, sincere guru will come to you. He who worships the feet of the guru who is divine with disinterested devotion directly attains his grace. So, Guru's lotus feet should be your highest point of worship. The feet offering him honey, Ganga jal, water, yogurt, and sweet all kind and flowers, petals, and then washing his feet. As you wash his feet, drink some of that water, because that water is coming from the Guru's grace, and that grace gets into you, and that goes into your bloodstream and starts to change your psyche, your philosophy. And that is what pure devotion is. I know many modern people think it's unhygienic or wrong or this or that, but if your faith is like Shabri, when you are intensely devoted to your Guru and God, nothing will happen to you. Otherwise, you can take all the precautions in the world and it will not be of any help. The disciple cuts off by means of meditation and the sword of knowledge obtained from the preceptor and sharpened by service to him this baseless ahankara which is embedded in the mind, speech, pranas, body, and wanders in the world, freed of all attachments. So, when you come to the Guru, he takes away your ego. You shed it off gradually over time. Otherwise, it is not such a simple and easy exercise. Therefore, the grace of the Guru is very important, and grace of the Guru, God is more pleased when you have grace of the Guru, when you are respecting your Guru. Contact with the objects should be avoided till attachment, which taints the mind. And that is why the ashrams are so emphatic about strict discipline, because the mind, you give it a little bit of leash and it would want a lot, and it gets out of control really fast. Therefore, discipline, just like we have in the military, much in that way, spiritual discipline is also needed in our daily lives, because attachment then taints the mind, and it is completely cut off by the powerful weapon of intense devotion to the Guru. So always focus on your priority of your spiritual life, give it the utmost importance, keep good company, stay clean, healthy, and follow these principles. He who practices yoga by taking refuge in God is not overcome by various obstacles. When you have surrendered to the Guru, Guru and God, same thing. When you have surrendered to the Guru, it is understood that you are sincere on the path, and your firmness will give you that additional strength. The true disciple should unhesitatingly and without shyness prostrate on the ground, shashtang, like a stick, as a token of his complete surrender at the holy feet of the Guru. Don't feel shy, don't feel think what will people think. When you are with your Guru, only two of you should be there, even if there is a whole crowd in front of you. Swami Chidananda once said he saw Anandamayi Ma at a railway station, and he was very famous already. He was a big saint. He says he left everything, he ran to her, and he prostrated like a stick at her lotus feet. That should be the devotion. All these other things of shyness, etc., have to be gone, they have to be shed away. Whoever devotes himself to the worship and service of the Guru without expectation of reward will never go wrong, nor will he ever lose the benefit of such worship and service. So when you uh, do your things with love for the Guru, whether you donate money to his non-profit, you help his cause, or you give your skill, talent, you serve the Guru, there should never be any expectation. It should always be a debt of gratitude that you are paying back to the Guru, and it should continue lifelong. Just like the debt of uh, producing a child, the child can never pay the debt to the mother who brought him into this life, no matter how rich he becomes, how successful he becomes. Same thing with the Guru disciple relationship. No matter how famous a disciple becomes later on, his Guru is who made him, brought him to that point. So therefore that love and surrender should always be there in a totally pure manner. So that is very important. He is verily purified and attains salvation who daily studies the sacred Guru Gita. Guru Gita, as I have told you before, is the sacred text that Lord Shiva is narrating to his uh, consort Parvati Mata, Parvati Devi, and he's saying the highest of the highest secret is are those devotees who worship the Guru with intense devotion. That is the Guru Gita that contains the light of wisdom, and inspired by that, Swami Shivananda has written this beautiful book, because it is very important, especially in today's Kali Yuga, where people think they know everything, that they don't need to go to gurus or gurus. There are plus what makes it difficult is that there are so many gurus who take advantage of disciples, who try to control them, or who try to tell them don't do this, don't do that, don't go here. Some discipline is needed, but then the disciple should have the freedom. You have to give wings to the disciple to fly and to make him strong. A good guru makes his disciple a guru. Unless a guru can do that, he cannot be a sincere guru, he cannot be a true guru. And that is the grace of the Guru. But disciples should be equally sincere and true also. So he who delights in the glory of his Guru and in narrating his Guru's glory to others shall truly attain Guru's grace. So I hope some of you can be inspired by my life, which I have been at the holy lotus feet of my Guru for almost 30 years. And for every breath of my life, I keep Guru in the lotus of my heart, and I am taking one candle at a time, lighting one soul at a time with his teachings. And this is very true that Guru's grace is what takes you higher. That's what gives you peace and contentment and joy and ultimately liberation. Otherwise, we can keep on reading these scriptures with our intellect and we will be making very little progress. So, with this, we conclude our satsang for today, and we will continue this beautiful holy journey in tomorrow's satsang. This is Swami Nikhilananda. Hari Om Tat Sat.